poor Angel. George is about to make a big mistake by forcing Angel out of the country because he wants to escape the law. If she eventually does this, what happened to her family? They are going to definitely come after them. I understand that George is scared of losing Angel again, but he has to do the right thing. Again, kudos to Dan. He has really proven that he can be a good and supportive friend to George. Oh, Bolaji, I know you don't deserve any form of pity, but I feel sorry for you. First, Oma beat him up, and now Jeff is beating him up on his sick bed. And this is happening to you because you decided to be Kizito's friend, and not just that, to give him bad advice. The unfortunate thing is that this whole thing is not going to stop until Kizito goes down. So you are definitely going to keep receiving all this beating. In fact, this is just the beginning. Mama is so fired up right now. She's ready to support her children to any length to make sure that Kizito goes down. In fact, she made a statement that is very, very shocking. That if the good people can keep the same energy to fight evil, evil will not always prevail. Which is very true. But then, let's take it one after the other. After what happened on the last episode, that Kizito took Angel to a doctor to open her womb and take off the baby, which Angel eventually stabbed Kizito when George and Dan came to rescue her. It turns out that on this episode, Angel was expecting to go to the police station to report herself. But on the other hand, George is not in support. George is so scared of losing Angel. He said no, that he's never going to allow Angel to go to the police to report herself. But Angel was insisting that she's not going anywhere because George is actually insinuating that Angel leaves the country, that there is no justice, which is very true. The DPO is so corrupt. So where do you think you want to get justice from? I understand from the point of George. He is so scared that if Angel eventually gets to the police station to report herself, she's not going to get justice. In fact, she's going to rot in jail. And that is one thing that George is preventing because he has suffered a lot. He has been away from Angel for so long. And this is the time that he wants to unite with Angel, and this cannot happen. Dan was telling George to calm down, that they have evidence that will prevent Angel from, going to jail. But I understand that George is really scared. In fact, he's feeling frustrated up to a point that he's beginning to drink to calm himself down. But is this the right thing? Even though we understand how you feel about Angel going to jail, you need to understand that the right thing needs to be done. But when Dan came, he was trying to tell George that what he's about to do right now is not the best thing. But George is not in any way in support of what Dan is saying at the moment. But you need to listen to this young man. Dan has really proven that he's a good friend and he can be very supportive. In fact, he brought an idea of calling Flora. Flora will have something to say. Remember that Flora is a human rights activist that is in support of making sure that Angel leaves this marriage so that she can be free. I am very sure that if they eventually put a call through to Flora, this whole situation will calm down because she has higher hand, on handling this issue. But George told Dan to stop advising him that he's never going to take the advice. He's not going to take any chances of allowing Angel to go to the police station to report herself. Jeff is so angry up to a point that even the mother can no longer calm him down. This young man is so angry because he's feeling that he's not doing anything for the family because he doesn't have money to fight or power or anything. Kizito is messing with the family, and I understand how he feels. But the mother is supporting him to go to any length to make sure that he rescues the sister, which is one thing that we have been expecting from Mama all this while. But I'm glad that she is now trying to do the right thing by supporting her kids so that this whole issue will end. Kizito will stop treating the family bad and causing everybody to be in pain. But it's so unfortunate that the one person that is receiving the beating and torture on behalf of Kizito happens to be Bolaji. Bolaji, on the other hand, deserves this because he's one of the person that was encouraging Kizito to cut off Angel's leg and do evil things to Angel so that Angel will dance to Kizito's tune. But right now, he is the one that is paying for it. Oma has beaten Bolaji up, and now Jeff is still beating the same person. I feel sorry for you, even if you don't deserve any form of pity. But when the doctors came into the hospital room to send Jeff out, they were yelling. What Jeff is doing right now is not the right thing. You need to act smart. Because even if you want to look for your sister, this is not the right way. I mean, this is a public domain. You can't come to the hospital to beat up somebody. We understand how you feel about your sister being missing, but you need to follow due process so that you don't get yourself into trouble as well. You need to do the right thing. George went as far as calling his friends to book the available flight because he wants to send Angel out of the country. But while Angel was insisting that she is not leaving the country, George said something that made me to feel like, why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Because George said that Angel does not have a say, that he's the one that rescued her from the hands of Kizito, so she has no right to make any decision. What do you mean? Angel is an adult. She might have been in a situation, but that does not give you the right to say that to her. I understand how you feel about Angel, but please don't make her to feel the worst out of what she has passed through. Because Angel was still insisting that she's not going anywhere. She cannot run away from the truth. But then, George, you need to understand the angle of Angel. She also concerned about her family. So stop doing that. When they eventually pushed Jeff out of the hospital room that he was beating up Bolaji, the doctor was asking the mother, why are you supporting your son to do things like this, even in a hospital? But the mother was like, I am so happy that my son is doing this. In fact, if there is anyone that is standing to be an obstacle from you finding your sister, clear them off. Take them out of the picture. I give you my support. I am right behind you. And the doctor was surprised. Why are you giving your son this kind of advice? And then she said something that is very intriguing. That we, the good people, sometimes withhold our children from, fighting for what belongs to them. But if we can, have the same energy with that of the bad people, they will not always prevail, which is very true. The good people are always, on the other hand, pleading and begging for things to come true, while the evil people keep doing what they want to do, oppressing the poor, which is very, very bad. Bolaji is concerned because right now he's taking a lot of beating from these people and he can no longer handle it. He decided to put a call through to Kizito's mother to find out the whereabouts of Kizito, so that when next they come to beat him up, he will be able to tell them where Kizito is. But it's so unfortunate, the mother cannot tell you the whereabouts of Kizito because that is what they are known for. They are known for doing evil. They cannot vindicate you. She even told Bolaji to fight for himself. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the kind of people that you are supporting? Dan ran out of the room to put a call through to Flora, and George immediately ran after Dan to find out who he was calling. But while he was trying to explain, George was telling Dan that he has no right to do this, that he does not want to lose Angel. This is how I got to understand the part that George does not want to lose Angel. George is so much in love with Angel. He has been away from Angel for a long time, and that is the reason why he is doing everything possible to get Angel out of this situation so that they can be happy together. But Dan made him to understand that they have their airlines. In fact, there are some people that even saw Angel coming out of the hospital, so they are going to testify for her. So you don't need to be afraid. We are here for you. And I'm so happy with the way that Dan is supporting George with everything that he has. When George eventually stepped into the room, Angel immediately walked up to him and told him, you cannot keep locking me in this room. I need to go out there. I need to do the right thing. I'm not going anywhere. But George was feeling so sad at this point and said straight to Angel, I'm going to call Flora, but if anything goes wrong, I am not going to be in support of it. In fact, count me out. And at this point, I began to feel for George because this is his emotion that is speaking right now. He is so uncomfortable that Angel will have to go to the police station because indeed there is no justice there because of the corrupt DPO. And also Angel on the other hand got emotional because she understands where George is coming from. But at the end of the day, the right thing has to be done. But how are they going to go about this? The first step is to put a call through to Flora so that they can understand where to move from now. And Dan also is still here to support the whole thing, which is very much amazing. But one thing that I'm not comfortable with is the fact that Jeff is going out there to spoil the whole thing. Jeff is sending his boys to go after Kizito. He doesn't even know that Kizito is fighting for his life right now. So I don't even understand. If your men eventually gets there and the police run after them, you will be in trouble because the police will accuse them of stabbing Kizito, which is very bad. You will also be behind bars. That is one thing that is about to happen to you. So what you need to do right now is to act smart so that this whole problem will not turn on your head. You need to act smart. If you want to really take down Kizito and his family, you need to be as cunning as them so that you'll be able to achieve it. But we'll get to find out about this on the next episode. Please like the video if you are not like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drops. But for now, take care.